What's going on? What's going on? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. My name is Marcus Thomas. Welcome to Pro Fan Talk. Happy Thursday to you. Once again, we got a lot of good stuff going on. Had an opportunity to jump on with some of my boys yesterday. Big thanks to Barrett Brooks and Derek Gunn and Rob Ellis. They had me on the show yesterday on the Sports Take Show. If you hadn't seen my post about that, check it out. We had a great conversation. And now we continuing. The NFL is the gift that keeps on giving. Got a special guest for you today. He'll be on very soon. But first, I want to get a couple of things out the way. And right now, let me see. Can I do this? Where did that? Yeah, that's not going to work right now. So, all right, we'll keep it moving. Let me bring my guest on. I have some graphics I wanted to show you, but we'll skip that till later. Let me bring my man back on. William Thomas. Me and Willie T played together back in the day. He went on. Let me see. There go T.
There go T. Hey, T, what's going on, T?
What's going on? Everybody say welcome to William Thomas on the show. I see the chat's already live. What's up, Vince? What's up, TK? Rob? I see you, Chris. I see you, Brian. So Brian Wilson says, what's up, Willie T? So what's been going on, T?
Oh, man, raising kids and still raising more kids now, T. I got a 4-year-old. So started all over a little bit.
Man, you're going into overtime, bro.
Definitely overtime. Yeah, we need that new rule in.
They're going to wear you out, T. Better get back in the weight room, bro.
Yeah, no, back out on the track, period. Weight room was not.
Shoot, man.
But it's good to be here, man. Yeah.
Thanks. I appreciate you jumping on with me, man. Have you been keeping up with everything in the league, everything? Because I know you're busy. I know we'll get into what you're doing, like in the referee program with the NFL, but have you been keeping up in the offseason with what's going on with the Eagles and just around the league in general?
Mostly with the Eagles because, I'm still a big-time Bird fan, so I got to, check out the moves that they keep making, and I enjoy the moves they're making. They seem like they're making the right moves, and that's all to see what happens when the lights come on.
Yeah, that's when it's most important, man. I was saying the other day, Howie Roseman knocked it out the park.
Yeah.
All the criticism of him was valid, but if you're gonna get that criticism, you got to get the praise, man. And he done knocked it out the park. Everybody, the fans wanted him to pick up. We pretty much picked up,
Exactly.
And you know as well as I do, just picking somebody up is not as easy as sometimes fans want to make it to be. It's a lot of things going on in the background, man. But he done shut up everybody.
Yeah, and they have to go out and get guys who want to come here. Also, you got to make them want to come to Philly. So to pick up the receiver like they did, man, and the cornerback, which I think was a big pickup. Also, I think those are some great pickups. And the draft, I think we had a great draft.
Yeah. We definitely had an A+ draft, man, especially with the draft we had and with the pickup of AJ. We got to be one of the best. I know Kansas City had a good draft. The Jets had a good draft. Giants had a good draft. Washington was okay. There's a lot of people that had good drafts, but with us getting who we got, especially with Nakobe Dean falling to us in the 3rd round,
right? Exactly.
That was ridiculous, man. Nobody saw that coming.
Yeah, and if he comes out and stays healthy, he's playing with that chip on his shoulder. So he go down in the 3rd round, he's gonna be making some things happen out there on the field. And we just hope that everything can stay intact and he can stay out there on the field.
Do you think he's gonna? You think eventually he's gonna supplant Butler, or not Butler? I'm sorry, Edwards, TJ Edwards.
Well, the thing is, T, if he comes in and does what he's capable of doing, then you're gonna have him and Edwards on the field.
Right.
You got to have, because when I watch Edwards, it seems like he can go out there and make plays.
Yeah.
In the passing game and all that. So if you can have a linebacker that can do that, then you bring a Dean in who seems like he's going to be the guy running the defense, and it's going to be the.
Did we freeze up? I think we froze up. We're gonna try to get him back real quick. There we go. Hold on.
Yeah, we
keep. He froze up again, T.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, sorry about that. But like I said about Dean, I think he's gonna be a staple in there, and I think if he's gonna have what we think he's capable of having, like the skill set and the aggressiveness, I think we got us a nice middle linebacker there.
Absolutely.
And I think Edwards can be the athletic guy to go out and make the plays. You need one of those, and you need a big run stopper in there.
And I think, quite as kept, I think Kyzir White is going to ball for us.
Yeah,
I think he was that alpha mentality out there in San Diego, and I like them players that nobody's talking about.
Yeah,
because whether they have a chip on the shoulder or not, everybody's kind of overlooking them. And I think Kyzir White, I don't know why, but he hasn't gotten much. I mean, I guess he's gotten swallowed in the shuffle a little bit.
Right.
But I expect him to do some things this year. Our defense is stacked, man.
Well, I think I'm guessing we're going to switch to a 3-4. I think that's what's going to happen. With Reddick coming in, who's an edge rusher, and I think Barnett he can stand up and come around the outside. Now you got the big guy from Georgia sitting in the middle of the line. You got Fletcher and you got Hargrove sitting at the defensive end positions in the 3-4. That should be some stuff going on. It really should be a nice little scenario for our defense.
Right now we have zero excuses on defense.
Right.
We still have a little bit of a question mark at safety.
Play over there on the other side. We should be making some plays. And I also like our nickel guy. I love our nickel guy.
Who's that?
Let me see. Let me get his name. I keep forgetting his name, but he's all over the place. He's the nickel.
Harris?
No, the other
Harris, Kavon Wallace?
Nope.
What are we looking at?
He's the one that just signed. We just got him the contract.
Bradberry?
Bradberry? No. He's on the team. Maddox, man. Maddox.
Okay, I got you.
I like Maddox.
Maddox, yeah.
He goes out there and he makes plenty of plays, and he's always on the slide.
Right.
So when you have Slay out there making plays on the outside, and you bring in Bradberry, who's capable of doing what he's capable of doing on the outside. If he comes in and does what he's capable of doing, then you have Maddox doing on the inside. You're gonna have some nice things going on defense.
Are you good with our safety situation? With what is it? Who is it? Wallace and Marcus Epps?
Yeah, I think those guys are young. I think they're ready to go out there and make some plays. And
you don't think we need to upgrade? Or I think we're set.
Right. They go out there and be smart safeties with the defensive line that we can have. I think the defense is going to be pretty solid.
Gotcha.
That's what I think. And on paper, we're looking good. We're looking good.
Yeah. What do you see? Because this, I want to see what BG is going to do. Coming off that Achilles, I don't think he's washed up, but I know that's a.
The thing is, we know Brandon Graham is a hard worker. We know it.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah. Daggone it. Hold on till you keep freezing. I'm buffering again. Hold up. We're gonna get him on. Yeah. All right. When I see him pop back on, I'm gonna put him right back on screen. So there we go.
Sorry, but I don't know what's going on.
It's all good.
This is it's not what I expected from my boy T from my daggone internet. I guess my internet is over here acting up.
That's all good, man. You were talking about Brandon Graham though?
But Brandon Graham, we all know that he's a hard worker. So a lot of times when people come back from injuries, they come back stronger. Mm-hmm. And I think he's going to be one of those guys. And I think that his personality, I think they really need him in the locker room. and I know he's going to go out there hungry and be ready to make some plays.
Definitely. I want to see him hang around just another year, if not for nothing else, just so he can be next to Jordan Davis and just coach him up.
Right. I agree. I like Brandon Graham. He's a great guy.
Yeah. So
all around.
we'll be able to see. Oh, there go T. Now we got it. So we how you feel about? So we got Nakobe Dean, T.J. Edwards, Kyzir White. Who's the other linebacker I'm missing? Kyzir White, T.J. Edwards, Haason Reddick. You know what? I don't. For some reason, I was thinking Haason Reddick. Is he a hybrid?
He's going to be an edge rusher. Like I told you, I think they're going to go to a 3-4. So he's a perfect guy for a 3-4 defense.
Gotcha.
And that's why I told you. I think the only thing that I know we switched to a 3-4 before when Chip Kelly came in, and we had Brandon Graham as one of the outside linebackers.
Right.
And I thought he was out of place there because I like his hand in the dirt. I like Brandon Graham's hand in the dirt because he makes the most when his hand is in the dirt.
He can get around that corner on that offensive tackle and those tight ends.
Yeah, if you go to a 3-4, then you got to have stand-up guys who are coming off the edge. So I just don't know how Brandon fits into that scheme when if they switch to it this year. Mm-hmm. But I think they'll find some place to get him out there.
They'll make it work. Gannon's got zero excuses now.
Right.
I was joking with Barrett yesterday. I was like, I'm tired of seeing Seth lose his cool on the show because we running that soft defense. You can't do that this year, man. You got the dogs. You got to let them loose, man.
You know as defensive players, we like to go get them.
Absolutely.
And unless you have a defensive line that we were lucky enough to have back in '91, where you don't need it to blitz.
Right.
We didn't have to blitz back then because Reggie, Clyde, and Jerome, they got there. There was it was like a blitz with the defensive line that we had. So if you don't really have that type of pressure on a norm, you gotta bring the heat from somewhere and bring a nice blitz package.
Yeah, man. I think our defense this year is basically gonna carry the squad. You still got the pressure on Hurts because we're gonna have to put up points. But yeah, I think this year, more so than the last 3-4 years, our defense is basically going to carry the load. Turnovers, getting to the quarterback, forcing turnovers, and forcing the quarterback to get rid of the ball early. That's going to put us. That's going to give us the opportunity to be very aggressive on defense, which bodes better for Slay and Bradberry and everybody in that defensive backfield.
Right, and that's good. That gives your team a chance to make bigger plays all around when you have a defense that can stifle offenses. And when we can do that on defense on a regular basis, then you give the offense time to go out there and make some big plays.
Right.
Because we keep getting the ball back. That's what you like to do as a defensive unit. You don't want to be that defense that we're going to give up 35 points. But I know today's league, you got to move it up to about 20, 24 because it's so the passing game is so rampant now. So you got to put it up to about 24 points. Back in the day, we said keep it under 17, you win. I think so. Now I think you got to keep it under about 24.
Yeah, if you keep it on 24, or at least I like to say 3.5 scores, 3 touchdowns and a field goal. So 24 is right there.
Right.
But your offense got to be able to match it, man. Offense has got to be able to match it. What's your outlook on Hurts?
Well, Hurts, I like Hurts because I like the athleticism that he has. I just think that when we get to the point of him getting rid of the ball quicker and making the decisions quicker, I think that's the big key. Just make the quick decision and get the ball out. And if it's not there, get what we can on the ground and get down.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, is Sirianni is he just gonna abandon the run game like he did last year? Because I think Jalen's gonna be better, but I'm like, you gotta stay balanced. You have to stay balanced. And I don't know if he was just scared he didn't run his offense.
You can with today's game, you can sprinkle in all kind of RPOs and all this type stuff.
Yeah,
to make the game work, and good coordinators. And I think Sirianni, I think he's a good coordinator. I think that they're going to get things rolling that way, because that's the way that you win this in this league nowadays. You got to sprinkle in that stuff, and you got to keep the defense off balance. If you can keep the defense off balance, then you're getting it done.
Yeah, and for Hurts to get us to the playoffs, you can give whatever criticism you want about it. We still got to the playoffs,
right?
And there's no way anybody that was not in the predictions for him at the beginning of the year.
Not at all. Not for the team last. No one thought we were going to make the playoffs at all.
No, man. And the one thing I said this yesterday. Everybody talks about Jalen Hurts, the intangibles. He's a great leader. He's going to outwork everybody, first in, last out, all of that kind of stuff. And I was saying where that comes into play is specifically like at the game against the playoff game against Tampa Bay, when they got the audio of the dude saying, "Yo, he can't read the defense." Those intangibles come into play because I know he heard that. I know he's heard it, and he's got to deal with it. And he's not going to run away from it. He's going to step up and say, "Okay, I got to be better, and I'm going to prove you wrong." That's what, to me, that's where those intangibles come into play.
Right, so, and that's one of those things that that's a learning process there.
Yeah, man.
When you come from college, it wasn't a lot of reading the defense and the safety dropping over top, and now I got to see where that safety's dropping on the snap and then make my decision. That wasn't happening in college. So he has to take the time and go out there, put the work in, and like, okay, this is what they're going to run. This is what they're going to be in. So I got to go here. This guy's going to be open. That's what a lot of quarterbacks do. They know who they're going to throw the ball to, even though the ball is snapped. Like, okay, I see what defense they're in. All right. And even if they change up, okay, I know I can go to this guy next. It's like a 1, 2, 3 read. It's quick. And they get the ball out. And if not there, then they improvise a little bit with their legs and make something happen that way.
Yeah, man. I personally, I want to see him under center more. I want to see him do a 5 or a 7 and do it the old-fashioned way and get the basics and do what you got to do. Because I always look back when Donovan came through and did it. And even last year, that first game versus Atlanta, we looked awesome. And then we didn't run that offense no more for the rest of the year. That up-tempo, get them to the line, let's go again. We didn't do that anymore. And I was like, why didn't you stick with it?
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll be better at that. Hopefully they'll keep that balance because that's another issue. What are they going to do with these running backs? I still think Miles Sanders is a home run hitter, but you got to feed him the ball. And to me, they got to quit all of this east-west running, man. Get that joke with the ball going downhill, man.
Downhill, one cut, and make it happen. Well, I mean, like you said, under center, I think they go with what's happening sometimes. Sometimes that's the way the league is going. And sometimes it's good just to go against the league because you see San Francisco out there, they run the football. They run the football and do bootlegs and all that type stuff, and it works for them. And then you got a good defense playing strong defense behind all that. You got time to sit there and make big plays in the offense.
Man, we'll see what he's going to do, man. I know what. He better come up with some type of screen game because all them daggone wide receiver screen lefts. Nah, we can't do that no more, man. We got to get Boston Scott and that young boy Huntley in there and run some screen. We ain't never had a screen game like we had when Big Red was here.
Yeah. And that kills the defense, man. That keeps the defense on their toes, too, on their heels, I mean, because it's like, whoa, wait a minute. They might come with that screen again. I mean, the wide receiver screens are okay, especially if they run right, but it's tough. Especially if a lot of teams know when it's coming. If they know when it's coming, you can't really run them.
Right, and we ran the same one all the time.
Yeah, so it's with that being said, people gonna know when it's coming, and they'll jump all over. And
not for nothing, a tight end screen or a running back screen is just as good as a play action.
Yeah, you're right.
So we got to implement it in. I do think, like I was looking at that kid Huntley. That kid, he's super fast, super quick, and he has got great balance. So I'm like, that's perfect. But I mean, you could have ran the screens with Boston Scott. You could have ran them with Gainwell. You could have ran them with Sanders. So, but we just weren't doing it.
Well, the thing is, you got to, how you got to set them up, up right.
Exactly.
You keep it. A great screen game will hurt a defense. Period.
Ooh.
Especially if
cripple them.
I get to keep them on the heels, and it's like, all right, when they gonna come back with that screen again? And then they're not pass rushing as hard because they know the screen might be coming. Mm-hmm. So it just opens up a lot of things for everything else on your offense.
Do you think we gonna end up? We have the potential to be a top 10 defense, at least.
Oh yeah, I think we do, and especially with us being, in the NFC East, there's not a lot going on over here right now. So,
nope.
We can go in and pounce on some teams and make some big plays and keep some yardages down and keep the points down. That's where you get all the top 10 in the rankings. When you can keep the score and keep scores off the board, make them kick field goals, and not giving up 500 and 600 yards.
Right.
Which is possible in this league because it's a passing league.
Yeah, they're gonna throw the ball everywhere, man. Do you see anybody who's our biggest competition in the conference?
Well, Cowboys always have people over there to make plays. Yeah. I mean, they have great skill set, great skill positions. They just don't have a big offensive line like they used to back in the day.
Right.
And their defense is actually has some ball hawks on defense.
Absolutely.
So it's always the Cowboys. And whenever we play any team in the conference, that they're going to come up and fight. The Giants going to fight. The rest, the Commanders are going to fight.
Commanders. No, I made a mistake yesterday. Redskins.
Right. Yeah, it's just they're going to fight.
I'm worried about that Redskins game because I know everybody going to be in their feelings about Carson Wentz, and if we lose that game, we mess around and lose that game to the Commanders, man, it's going to be crazy in Philly, man.
Well, no, I think Philly in general was already thinking the same way about Carson Wentz. So I think everyone was about, okay, it's time for Carson to move on, and hopefully he does well wherever he goes. But his time in Philly, I think had run its course. Yeah, actually.
But I think, and I this is just my opinion, just like Antonio Brown, Carson Wentz hasn't been right ever since he took that hit to the back of the head.
From Jadeveon, that injury year, man.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It's one thing to have injuries, then it turned into wasn't getting along, which was weird to me because he didn't seem like that type of dude. So I wasn't in the locker room, but I just thought it was funny. Same way I say the same thing. You go back and look at when Vontaze Burfict hit Antonio Brown. Knocked him out of that game in Pittsburgh.
Right. He
has not been right since that hit.
That could be. You never know, man. It could be. It could be something psychological, definitely with that. And Absolutely. It's definitely possible. You know that.
Yeah, man. Because I did some homework on this because I was like, you got documented situations where people that get in car accidents,
right,
and they have head trauma, they're not the same after the accident. So I was like, huh. And those were some. Even though the Jadeveon Clowney hit didn't seem it definitely wasn't as bad as Brown's,
right?
But it was still to the back of the head, and it popped his head into the ground, and that Jadeveon Clowney ain't no little man.
Yeah, so back of the head and no foul. I just I got to always put that out there. No foul.
Yeah, no foul. No call at all.
A foul. It was definitely a foul. And every time I look at it, I said, man, that was a foul. Especially being an official, I'm like, wow, wait a minute, where's the flag at?
I was on with some I was on a Raiders fan site, and they were asking me why it was like, why is the Eagles fan on the Raiders side? I said, because one of my best friends is William Thomas, played for y'all for 2 years. I said, and I'm still mad that they got that damn tuck rule game wrong. You know what I mean? So
I
said, daggone.
That's amazing. Every time someone asked me about officiating, I said I never thought I would be an official because, that game. I never even thought of that game. Every time you think about that game, which I haven't watched to this day still, and I won't watch it, and I'm not going to ever watch it because
y'all should have been to the Super Bowl that year.
I can't believe that I actually put on the stripes now every Saturday.
Yeah, man. How's that been going?
It's going well, man. I'm in the ACC now, so I've worked my way up to the ACC. I'm on the developmental for the NFL, but that's hard to get into. So just like we're playing, it's a million officials out there trying to make it to that level. But hopefully one day I'll get out there. But I'm definitely on track. But I'm in the ACC now, and I have a good time out there. I enjoy it. I wish I started a long time ago.
Yeah. Because have you been seeing any of the USFL stuff?
I haven't watched any one of those games yet. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really haven't turned on the TV and watched one yet.
It's interesting how some of the stuff that they're doing, like they're using the technology now. They put the microchip in the ball, so if it's a 4th and close, they'll use the computers to know the exact positioning of the ball. They're using technology now in a way where they're doing the stuff that fans have been wanting to see. And I think the NFL is watching. It's like, okay, let's see what works. Let's see what doesn't work. So,
of course.
I think they're using them as test subjects. Yeah.
The NFL is definitely looking at it.
Yeah,
it's all they're looking at. I mean, all of the officials, a lot of the officials are officials from the developmental program from the NFL.
Yeah.
So they're definitely looking at it.
So it's some pretty interesting stuff, and it's that what I don't want to see is the NFL get to the point like baseball is right now. Like baseball having so much trouble, it's like you got to change the rules because at least the NFL officials, what the rules are. If you don't, if you miss a call or something, at least you got somebody that can call you on the carpet about it. Baseball, they doing some stuff in baseball with the pitch clock. Umpires nobody know what their strike zone is anymore.
Yeah,
I mean
that's a lot going on.
It's crazy, and I don't think the NFL is going to get to that point. They got enough of their own issues in other areas.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what was your thoughts on all this Gruden stuff, man?
Well, the thing was, I mean, people always I had a lot of people ask me about that, and I said, well, as far as the comments go with the racial things and that never came across. He never came across that way out in Oakland,
right?
And I never even thought of him being as anything that he said in those emails. But people surprise you. Some things are surprising when you see it. And it is what it is. He got in trouble for it. And he did,
right?
And it's one of those things like I can't really say anything bad or really good about it because that's a tough situation. And I know that when I saw the comments, I'm like, wow. All you can say is wow, especially when you play, you're like, wow, you know. Because
and I think
there'll be a lot of people that you probably have come in contact with that probably coached you, that probably has something to do with you coming up, that you never know exactly what they be saying behind closed doors with their close friends. You don't know.
And he wasn't talking to himself.
Right. Right.
So I think that's what the NFL is really scared of.
Right.
They're gonna find out, and now that the judge said that they can go to court with this, they're gonna open up eventually they're gonna get to open up all the emails and they're gonna see who he was talking to. That's the problem.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. So when you get to a situation like that, he might have taken the fall, but I'm pretty sure there's some bigger fish in the ocean with that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
man.
And
my boy Vince is saying, what did you think when Brady finally said it was a fumble?
He just said something we already knew.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter at that point in time. Like we can't rewind it all the way back and say, okay, let's have a redo. And I get the chance to take my pads off like I was taking them off at that time.
Man.
I was looking at the screen. I was taking my shoulder pads off. Like, oh, that's a fumble. I was looking at the screen on the replay.
Yep. That was game over. That's right. That was game over.
I was unbuckling my
you and Charles Woodson was in on that play, right?
Woodson made the sack, and Beaker recovered, but I was on the field. I was in the middle of the field, getting ready to break on the ball if he was going to throw it.
Right.
Yeah.
Too little, too late now, T.
Oh yeah, he admitted it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, you can do. That's the way it go, T. That's the
Yeah.
way it go. Yo, man, did you see what was up with Marion Barber, dude?
Man,
Passing away?
that was surprising.
That's crazy, dude.
Did they come out with anything that what exactly happened? Because he was
I
38
checked.
years old.
Yeah, I checked right before before we got on it, and there was still no cause of death, man. So
yeah, it's
that's
scary.
interesting. You saw what happened with
I only think it's something like you might have. The only time you can think is because a 38-year-old person does not just pass away.
Exactly.
So it's a scary thought because you never know what happened, and we all used to watch him play.
Exactly, Marion the Barbarian.
Right.
He used to run hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you saw what happened to what's the name for the Commanders? Haskins.
Yeah.
Come to find out,
you say you find out later on that he had this in the system and this, that, and the other, which is sad because it seemed like he was well liked by his teammates. Well liked by his teammates, and you don't want to hear something like that. You don't want to hear that he had this in the system and that in his system because it just doesn't feel good,
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and remember him as the person that he was, and you don't want to remember like, okay, he had this in the system and he was doing this, that, and the other. That's not the way you want to remember it.
Yeah, and in this day and age, man, social media like to take that stuff and run with it, dude.
And they run with it, right?
That's just crazy, man. We were when I was talking to Barrett the other day, it was like, yo, I'm so glad we ain't have to deal with that, T. All the social media and stuff.
Yeah, because you say because there was a lot of stuff going on when we were playing. There was a lot of stuff going on. But it just wasn't out there. It wasn't out there like that. And that's how you could keep things not from getting out into the public. And some things you don't want out there in the public, especially from a team standpoint.
Yeah. It's weird. It's just seeing the stuff and you T, when we first met back in '93, we was already always into the technology and stuff like that. So that kind of stuff never passed us by. But to see how it just amplified everything, man. And I blame it. It's not his blame, but when I saw the flip on how social media can affect somebody else, was that situation with what's the boy from the Patriots, where he was overseas and slept with some chick, and she took a selfie.
Yeah,
when he was asleep, and one of the Patriots receivers.
I don't even know. I don't even remember which one it was.
It wasn't Edelman. Was it Julian Edelman? I can't remember. It was one of the Patriots receivers. He was somewhere on vacation, slept with this girl, and she woke up and took a selfie in the bed with him, and then posted it. But he wasn't married or anything. But Julian Edelman, it was Edelman. So but that was the first time you started seeing people kind of like flip the game, and you saw a lot of people setting people up. I mean, we used to worry about what would happen if you went to a club or something like that. Somebody tried to start, let me bump into him and we'll start a fight and maybe we can get 10 grand out of him. All that kind of nonsense. Now it's on a whole nother level with this social media.
It's a whole nother level. It's like everybody running around with taking a selfie. I watch the kids these days. I'm saying, man, that's all they do is take selfies and Snapchat and Instagram and everything.
That's it.
I said, I don't even have that much time to even put that much energy into all that.
Man,
I don't know how people put that much energy and putting it all over and Snapchatting and saying exactly where they are all day. That's too much energy for me. Too much energy.
And but the problem is because it's so easy to do. It doesn't take much to do it.
No, I understand.
Nobody does any homework. Like it's funny because now it's funny. Like at our age, we sound like the get off my grass guy. We sound like the old dude, like get off my lawn. Yeah. But it's like half these kids go on their phones, never read a map.
Yeah.
So going to the library is obsolete.
The phone will tell you where to go, man.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It is crazy, dude. See, I think we've been through all our lists, man.
Yeah.
Oh, the one thing, we touched on that, man. I was gonna get back on Sirianni, man. The one thing I want to see Sirianni do is open up his offense and recognize what is working and what is not working,
Right.
and not wait 5 weeks to make an adjustment.
Right. And that's what great coordinators do. They're like, wait a minute. This play worked back in the first quarter. It got us about 10, 15 yards. Let's run it again. And then if they can't stop it, let's try a different formation and run the same play.
Run the same play. Yeah.
Run the same play out of a different formation. Let's do it different with different personnel. Run the same play. You know? It's when you find things that work, you find different ways to keep running the same thing.
Exactly. Run it till they stop it.
Right. Yeah.
Run it till they stop it. And I still don't understand. You give me your opinion as a defensive person. How was it that Jonathan Gannon was getting all this notoriety for a possible head coach spot? I didn't understand that.
Why you trying to get me to start off? You trying to get me to start some type of controversy? I'm not even.
Nah, man. I was just curious. Because I'm saying it like that because it came out of nowhere. Like all of a sudden, he was a great candidate for a head coaching job, and I was like, "How?"
Well,
he did a good job, but I don't know. Maybe that's just.
Well, it came with like you said, no one on earth thought that the Eagles were going to go to the playoffs.
Yeah,
no one thought we were going to go to the playoffs, and all of a sudden, here we go. We're in the playoffs. Wait a minute. There's a reason they got to the playoffs. Right. Oh, maybe it's the defensive coordinator. Let's see what we can get out of that. That's how it works, man. When a team does well, then they try to break the team up by getting their coaches and all that. So that's usually how it works, man.
Who's got the hot hand? Well, heck, you see what's happening with the Eagles front office. That's like a mad exodus. They folks is picking us apart.
Right. So that's usually how it works, man.
Did you see the news about Julian Lurie? Jeffrey Lurie's son?
I saw a brief little headline in the paper. He's actually on the staff or something.
Yeah.
He's working for the Eagles. So
I ain't mad at him. Keep it in the family. I ain't mad.
That's if my father was the owner, I'd be somewhere in the organization too.
You already know. Know. I just hope he know how to handle all of the mess that comes with Philly.
Yeah. Not too many people handle that much mess in Philly. It's Philly is what it is.
Yeah, that's another level.
Yeah. But the thing is, we enjoyed the city, man. We enjoyed Philly.
Absolutely.
Because we were blue collar workers. We worked hard, and that's all they wanted.
That's all they want, man. That's all they want.
Yeah.
We were discussing that with the whole Ben Simmons thing. Like, dude, if you'd have just played ball, it wouldn't have been no problems.
No one would have cared if he could shoot a free throw. If he would have just kept being aggressive, like he was being his first times there.
Right.
He was getting triple doubles.
Just keep doing it.
Just keep getting triple doubles.
You
cannot argue a triple double. You can't argue it. And the defense that he played great defense too.
Yeah. He was a spectacular defensive player, man. But what were we just talking about? What were we just talking about? Social media.
Oh yeah.
Social media. In the off season, he posting on his Instagram, hitting the jump shots in the gym.
Exactly.
He doing all of this work, didn't do nothing in the game. And then everybody been watching all of this stuff all summer, and then they just called him on the carpet.
Well, and it's in the summer, I can shoot a great jump shot too.
Exactly, with nobody in your face.
But let me get out there on the basketball court where all the players are playing. Man, I be hitting the side of the backboard.
Man, it's a whole different ball game, man. And it's like we are at a point right now, like critical mass. Critical mass means basically the smallest little insignificant thing will just take off. That's all it takes.
Right.
So if you see somebody, hitting some jump shots in an empty gym, oh, he working hard, he gonna come back with that jumper Well, guess what? You get somebody D'ing you up that's just as tall as you are. It ain't gonna be that easy.
Right.
Same thing with uh with your boy down in Miami, Tua.
Oh yeah.
Did you like when somebody videotaped him throwing a ball and
To
Tyreek Hill?
you couldn't get it there.
I was like, you got to be kidding me. I was
Why would
like,
y'all put? Why would they even put that out there?
exactly, and not to and it, they could have just been warming up. My man had his fishing hat on. You know, it didn't look like they was taking it too seriously.
Yeah.
And it's like they just take the smallest thing and they just run with it. Oh, it's got a
Blow
new
it up.
arm. All of this stuff came out. I was like, y'all just don't understand how this works.
Right. Exactly.
So,
And they'll run with it and make it like, oh man, this dude is the worst ever.
exactly.
And you don't know, and if you don't have someone who has a strong mindset, that will mess them up.
Yes, it will.
That will mess
it
them
will.
up. You know, some people are going to blow that off and whatever. I'm going to go out here and throw about 20, 25 touchdowns in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
they got the chip on their shoulder, man, and
right.
and just. But I guess that's an old school mentality now, T.
Yeah.
I guess. I'm getting worried about Joel Embiid now, because now Joel always got something to say. he always saying something where he don't need to say anything.
Yeah, he has a lot of comments.
Oh my
God!
A
lot of times I just click off the TV. Nah, I'm not gonna listen to because I know he's gonna say something kind of controversial, and I don't feel like listening to it.
It's gonna be some type of backhanded compliment or something like that, and it's like, dude, you ain't even need to go there.
Yeah,
and then you
exactly.
go, and I don't care what anybody say. Like, dude, when you didn't get the MVP and you go out there and you play like you did, it's like, yeah, they're gonna accuse you of pouting about it because that's what it looked like.
Right.
Like you didn't have no energy, and it was like, shoot, if they pass you up, you're supposed to feel like, oh, you gonna pass me up? I'm gonna show you what you missed out.
Right.
So,
oh yeah, they don't. It's a different mindset. T.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this is what when we talk about Dean, the linebacker.
Yeah.
This is we're gonna see what type of mindset he has. He's gonna be like, okay, wait, I got a lot to show you all, and I'm about to knock it. I'm gonna be hitting everything that's moving out here.
Exactly.
Or he's gonna be doing it the other way, soaking like he should have been drafted in the first. But I think it's gonna be the first choice. I think he's gonna be out there knocking everyone out.
Man, I'm hoping so much for that dude, because I think somebody screwed him. I think somebody leaked out some information because all of that stuff came out about him needing pec surgery, and
it always comes out the time of the draft.
Yeah, but it wasn't true.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Woo!" Somebody just cost that boy about $8 million.
Right. Right.
So,
yeah.
That's
it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I mean, he still get a chance to go out there and play football.
Yeah, man.
All just go out there and put. All it takes him a couple of years. If he does what he's capable of doing, a couple of years, he'll get his money back.
Absolutely.
He'll get it.
Absolutely. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm ready for the offseason right now, T. I'm ready to not the offseason. I'm ready for preseason.
No, I'm about to say offseason. We're already there. I'm ready for some kickoffs.
Yeah, man. I'm ready to hit, man. I don't want to see no OTAs. Same thing we just talked about, man. All this OTA stuff and people just go gaga.
Yeah.
Smallest.
Yeah, they got a lot of those things, man.
Man, if I see another daggone video of the guys jogging out of the locker room to the field,
right?
I don't need to see that.
No more. I'm ready to get out. I'm ready. Football season, unfortunately, it's not long enough, but it can't be that long. That's the sad part. It really can't be that long because we don't have no football players. Exactly. But I love to watch the game. I mean, basketball and baseball. I really can't watch baseball. I can't. I'm sorry to say that, but I can't watch it. Basketball, I only watch it when it's playoff time.
Mm-hmm.
But football, I can watch every day.
Yep.
All day. I can watch it. And I can enjoy it.
Yeah, man.
Especially a good football game.
I'll tell you what, they trying to extend the season some more because that whole going up one game to 17 games I thought didn't make sense. Now they done screwed up the
records got broken last year. Everybody, oh, he broke the record, single season record. Well, they have one more game.
They get one more game. Exactly. So all of that stuff, we're going to have them same arguments again. He had more time to do it, but not for nothing else. That's an extra week that the body doesn't have time to heal from.
Well, the thing is, that's why you take the preseason games away. Just take them away.
Yeah.
Even though the starters don't play anyway.
Nah. That whole preseason should be just an audition of who's gonna make the squad.
Exactly.
So they don't bang in camp no more.
Nope.
They don't do that stuff no more, man. And it's like, oh man, the punishment we used to take, especially the rookies, man. We used to get killed.
Yeah.
We used to get killed.
Open open season. Like, just knock the heck out of him. Oh no, tap off the starter. Tap off the starter.
Man, somebody was asking me about, because I remember that offense we ran, there was no traditional halfback fullback. If you lined up on the tight end side, you were the fullback. That's the way it worked. So there would be some situations where I would be back there at like 205 pounds, and I got this pickup. Yeah, and if the Mike backer come, I got to deal with that.
Yeah,
like, man, you're trying to get me killed, man.
Yeah, that's what just to go to show how a different offensive scheme was back then, man. And schemes that don't work.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, because
different breed.
I was scouting one time, and they were saying, "Oh, we need linebackers. We need linebackers. We need linebackers." So I'm like, "Wait a minute. Let me take a look at this. Let me take a look at the scheme. I want to see these guys play, man." And you'll be amazed at some of the schemes that are in that NFL sometimes, and be like, "Whoa, they're really running this. This scheme is so unsound. They're not the best. You couldn't put a Hall of Famer in there and make that scheme work."
Exactly.
So it's a lot of that going on out there, and it's a shame that there's a lot of it going on out there because they're at that level.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you still got to deal with nepotism and favoritism at the coaching level, just like at the player level. But it's probably more so at the coaching level. You know what I mean? So, they liable to take a chance on people that they got no business taking chances on, because there's somebody obviously better or proven. So,
yeah. I'm sorry, man.
You back there playing free safety, bro.
Yeah, I got little girls coming in the room.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But all right, T, man, I appreciate you being on the show, brother.
No problem, man. Anytime.
We're gonna have to do this again. I'm definitely gonna try to. I do got to give a shout out, Barry, if you still there, Barry Vagnoni, man. I got your pictures. I'm gonna put your pictures on next week.
You talking about the number one Eagle fan ever?
Man, he sent me pictures of that Eagles cave. I was like, that's a garage? I thought that was a restaurant that you had to pay to get into, man.
Hey, people would pay to get in there. Actually, if he charged, they would pay to get in there.
Man, that place was off the chain, man. Barry, if you're listening, brother, I will definitely get your pictures up next week so we can show the greatness of that Eagles cave up by your way, man. That thing is
Barry, I'm trying to get Marcus to bring some of his smoked meats over.
Oh, for real? I'll definitely
bring some smoked meats that bringing it to the locker room.
Bring up them shotgun shells, man. Smoked shotgun shells.
Exactly.
That's what's up, man. But T, I'm gonna let you get out of here, dude. I appreciate you, man. I will be in touch with you, and we'll definitely have to do this again, brother.
All right, T. Great. Thanks for having me, man.
You got it, brother. I'll let you later. That was my man, Willie T. Me and T been friends. T was probably the first guy that I really became friends with my rookie year in the league. Got a lot of things in common. We were both in the computers at the time, and he helped me get my first computer. So we just always been tight. He was the best man in my wedding. There's not a lot of guys that I played with that I'm still tight with, but me and Willie T been tight since '93. That's my dude. Love him. And it was good to have him on the show, man. The chat was live, kicking it. I see a lot of people up there. I see Scott up there. I see Greg up there. And I was trying to get, for some reason, let me see. There we go. I was trying to get all of the. I wanted to. I guess I can't do this on a three-way, but I was trying to get the retirement festival because Frank Gore retired. Um, Fitzpatrick retired. This dude has played for so many people. He's had 9 teams. What is that? Washington, the Texans, Buffalo, Miami, Titans, Jets, Bengals, Rams, and of course the Bucks. And he announced his retirement today. I think he's going to be. I think he's going to Amazon. He's going to be one of the, I guess, color commentary dudes when Amazon starts broadcasting NFL. So everybody's getting their network together. Everybody's broadcasting games, and if the NFL keep adding games, there's enough room for everybody to eat. So, yeah, and then Mike Missanelli pieced out. That was interesting. I listen to Mike a lot, not as much as I used to. Mike is one of those polarizing dudes. I think I may have met him once, like maybe at an alumni event or something like that. But seemed like he was a cool dude. I know all of the other stuff that he went through on the radio and when he got fired from WIP for punching the dude. But he went over to the Fanatic and he put the Fanatic on the map because you got to remember the Fanatic was a startup and they pulled Missanelli, they pulled the Cuz, and they started giving WIP the business. So, and then he just up and said his contract was up and they were looking to go in different directions. So I see that I wouldn't be surprised if you see Missanelli on YouTube, much like the show I was on yesterday with Barrett and Rob Ellis and Derek Gunn. A lot of people are going to YouTube and multimedia and stuff like that because, you know, it's better for them and not too many places you gotta spread the pot around. You see what Rich Eisen is doing. He's on TV, but most of his stuff is coming from YouTube, from his YouTube show. So a lot more opportunities for guys like Mike. So we'll see what happens. But, you know, if y'all keep slamming that like button and joining my Facebook fan page, Pro Fan Perspective, I'm going to get up there and be taking some of those spots eventually. So, got to crawl before you can walk, though. Yes, sir. Vince says Amazon is going to buy the NFL soon. You know what? I don't know about that. I know Amazon may try, but I don't think you can buy the NFL. I don't know how that would work. So I have to look that up. I don't think they can buy the NFL. So we'll see what's going to happen because Amazon, just like everybody else, they're getting their information and all of their content online. I remember when Apple launched their channel, Apple TV, and we got laughed at and everything, and then bam, all of a sudden you got Ted Lasso. And then you had, I forget what the name of the series was, the one that M. Night Shyamalan did. And now all of a sudden you got these shows that are getting a lot of publicity on that channel. When Ted Lasso won them awards, everybody was like, I don't know how many people, because I wasn't watching Apple TV, but I had a lot of my friends, because I worked for Apple, that were like, yo, you of all people have got to watch Ted Lasso. Because it's about a coach, you know, that had no business coaching a soccer team. Servant. Thank you, Scott. Servant. They got a lot of good publicity. So, and I'm saying all that to say that Amazon is getting their content on the channel out. And they're, you know, just like Netflix and HBO and Hulu and all of that kind of stuff. It's enough room for everybody to eat. And everybody's trying to eat. That's for sure. So we'll see what's going to happen. I want Amazon to get more NFL games too, if not for nothing else, because I want to be able to watch NFL games on my Oculus Rift. If anybody that's got an Oculus and you use that Amazon app and you watch movies and it looks like you're in a movie theater, that's an awesome experience. And if I could do that If I can watch an NFL game in that setting, like I'm in a movie theater, I would love it. The minute they have I can watch NFL games on my Oculus, I'm all about that business right there. Telling you. Amazon is already in they're already in it because y'all remember the series of commercials came out when everybody was like stat that. Amazon is collecting data for the NFL, and that's where you get all of those next gen stats from. When they had the things where when such and such caught the ball and he ran 23 miles per hour. What's up, Derry? What's going on, fam? All of that stuff, that brand is Amazon. Amazon is collecting all of that data. So, tell you what, man, Amazon and Tesla, it's not a retail company and a car company. They're collecting data. Make no mistake. So, but Amazon definitely is in the mix. So I'm pulling for them to get more games so I can watch it on the Oculus. Make it look like I'm sitting in the stadium. So that works for me. Let's see what else we had on here. And I want to go back to this, man. This that thing with Marion Barber, man, that's scary to me. Because Marion, I'm very interested to see what his cause of death was. And I'm hoping it was, he ain't had nothing in the system or wasn't like that. But that's a guy that ran hard. But he was out of the league in 7 years. He didn't have a long career. And that got me thinking that I ended up watching a video clip, and it was all the running backs that had like 90-plus yard runs. And this is from years back. And I'm looking at it, and I'm seeing I saw Amon Green, who else? Noshawn Moreno, Garrison Hurst. Who else? Corey Dillon from Cincinnati. I'm seeing all of these dudes, and I'm like, what happened to them? They just, these were elite level players in the league, and all of a sudden they weren't. They were out of the league. And that got me thinking about the whole situation with Deebo Samuels, trying to get rid of that wide back moniker. He just wants to be a wide receiver. He didn't want to be a running back no more, because the shelf life of an NFL running back is very short. But when you look at somebody like you look at Frank Gore. Let me go back to Frank. Frank Gore he ends up his career, he's got 16,000 yards. Never won the Super Bowl. They should have beat the Ravens. He was in the Blackout Bowl that year with Kaepernick when they almost beat the Ravens. They should have beat them, but yeah, you don't see anybody like Frank Gore too many times anymore. 13 years as an NFL running back, 16,000 yards. There's only two people that have more yards than him in NFL history. Emmitt Smith is one. Walter Payton is the other. Frank Gore is third. So he's going to go in the Hall. He's definitely going in the Hall. So, but listen, man, I'm going to get up out of here. I certainly appreciate my brother. I tried to say brother and buddy at the same time. Certainly appreciate my brother Willie T hopping on with me. That is my dude. That's my best friend. Love that dude to death, man. We've been through a lot together, and I appreciate him coming on. Hopefully, we'll get some stuff, get him back on again. We're definitely going to be doing some stuff before he has to go down and go into the ACC and start reffing again. But got some things on the horizon, man. So if you guys got any ideas, got some things coming up for the preseason and next season that I'll be trying out. So I will definitely be looking for feedback. And you know the rules. Smash that like button. Join my Facebook fan page, Pro Fan Perspective. Send it out. Ask your friends to join my Facebook fan page. Hey, I reached 500 last week. And that's a big deal with me because I remember when I had like 75 people. So just by, engaging and staying consistent, and it's continued to grow. So now, obviously, the next goal is to reach 1K and just to keep it going, So tell your friends about me. All right. So I'm going to be about to get up out of here. I appreciate all you coming. The chat was live tonight. Appreciate y'all. And I will definitely see y'all next week. Enjoy your weekend. And I will holler at you later. See you, Greg. Appreciate you, man. Y'all have a good week and a good weekend. Peace.